Okay, guys, it's been a couple days since I've talked to y'all. Kind of a little bit of a recap of the weekend. I know you've seen it all over Facebook, but of course, I guess I'm super repetitive, so here we go. Friday night was such a fun concert. Cypress Hill, loved them from way back. Um, Saturday was an amazing. My daughter competed in her first jiu-jitsu match. She placed third, and she got out of the nastiest triangle slash armbar that I've ever seen. Like, the girl legitimately had two submissions on her, and she managed to get out. So I was super stoked and proud about that. And then today, of course, was a little heartwarming for me. Like I said in my earlier videos, I was completely devastated that I wasn't able to run my half. Um, because if I run or exercise or do jujitsu, which I'm on a break from all those things right now, and it's really hard because that's all I do. I mean, I work, I take care of my kid, and then I'm at the gym, whether it's 24-hour fitness or zombie crew or me just going to the Trinity and going for a run. Um, that's what I do. And the fact that I feel good, that I don't feel sick and nothing's wrong, other than this, jacked up lung, um, it's kind of hard to deal with, pretty much. So I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I'll be okay. But today, again, like I said, it was very heartwarming. Jacob, like, as soon as found out that I wasn't going to be able to run it, he was definitely down for running it for me and stuck with it. Never trained, never has ever ran a half marathon, and he did a spectacular job. Like, every time I tracked him, he was about a 9.5, 10-minute mile. I think I'm like 12. Like I said, the slower I go, the further I go. um, and then, he finished, so it's like he's kind of like my second kid. So both my kids got medals this weekend. Isabella got hers in jiu-jitsu. Um, Jacob got his on the half marathon. So it's been a really good weekend. Um, More about me. So I haven't posted a video in a few days, and I know the last one ended with, um, the colostomy bag that I have now, the cancer that I've been through the first time. Um, so here we go. Again, like I said, August 9th of last year, I've got the colostomy bag. So that took care of the excruciating pain, literally excruciating pain that I was going through on a day to day basis for 10 years. And throughout that 10 years, every day got worse. So got the colostomy bag. Again, I'll have it forever, but it has changed my life and has given, me basically a new life. Like, I no longer have that pain. It was so bad, and that sometimes I couldn't go places. One, I missed my daughter's graduation because of it. And then there was just other multiple little things that I would miss because I never knew when I was going to end up in the hospital or in the amount of pain where I couldn't do anything. So it's given me my life back, basically. Um, I guess so. August 9th, I got the stent, and that was a year ago. Few months, month or two prior to that, out with some friends, watching a UFC fight, and out drinking. Went home with a few, like, we all left the bar because it was getting late. A few people went back to the apartment with me, a few of my girlfriends, a few guy friends, just a mixture of people, obviously. We're sitting on the couch, going crazy, drinking beer. Been drinking beer for a while. I wasn't drunk, um, but I started to throw up. And this all happened within 5 seconds. Like the first second, I was like, why am I throwing up? I'm not even drunk. Second was, this isn't throw up. Third second, walking to the kitchen. 4 and 5, I throw up a gallon of blood, literally a gallon, in my kitchen sink. I've got pictures. I wish I could post pictures on YouTube. I haven't figured that out if you can or not. If you can, somebody let me know, or I got to call my IT girl again. Um, but yes, threw up. Probably stood there for about 10, 15, 20 minutes just coughing up blood. Very oxygenated, I think that's how you say that word, blood. It was bright red and fresh. And so I'm throwing up or coughing up, and everybody's like, oh my God, call an ambulance, call an ambulance. I'm like, no, do not call an ambulance. I was going to be furious if they called an ambulance because it's so expensive. And I was like, just give it a minute, it'll stop, and then you can take me to the ER. Go to the ER. Of course, I immediately get admitted. Anytime I get admitted to the hospital, I end up on the cancer floor just because previous diagnosis. Um, they run all these tests. The doctors come in, tell me I'm fine. So I'm like, okay, but obviously I'm not. Why am I coughing up blood? And then they come back and then they're like, oh, your left lung is blocked. So I'm like, okay. They admit me, my doctors come in, left lung, yes, is blocked. Um, there's no airflow or blood flow to that lung. Did not know this. I was very short of breath. Continued to run, work out, do jujitsu. Knew I had a little bit of trouble breathing. But the thought of my lung not having any airflow or blood flow never crossed my mind. So they call in an adult cardiologist. Adult cardiologist comes in and we're like, we're not touching you. They said, your pulmonary artery is 100% blocked, from what we can tell from the CAT scans. And this is only something that you see in infants. Infants that are born without their lungs fully developed, that portion, pulmonary artery, is not developed, so they have to go in and do their job and fix it. So they called in the pediatric cardiologist, and she's like, oh yeah, no big deal. We'll go in and put a stent in, but we got to run some other tests first. And of course I ask, I'm like, well, is that lung dead? I mean, there's no airflow, there's no blood flow. At this point, we don't even realize like how long it's been. But my first assumption is if you have no air or blood flow, it's dead, right? And then if that's the case, they have to remove the entire lung. So they're like, we don't know. That's why we have to run these tests. So one test they ran, my whole entire left lung did not show up. And that was because of the no airflow or blood flow. Second test they ran to see if it was alive, which was, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll find out. But I know they did a CAT scan and an x-ray. CAT scan showed that my right lung had created many veins to my left lung to pump enough blood to the left lung to keep it alive. It was non-functional, but my body and my lungs were fixing themselves. My mom says that my body is like my personality. Absolutely insane, because my right lung had created 10 mini veins. So we finally get all the tests run. They're like, okay, it's time to do the stent. Let's go. Go to Cook's Children's, get ready for the surgery. I go in, it's several hours. They put the stent in. Normal arteries are open anywhere from like 12 to 15. I don't know if it's centimeters. Again, that's something I'll have to figure out for you guys. Sometimes when I do these videos, it's spur of the moment and I'm a little unprepared. But yes, so it was less than, let's say, a millimeter, less than a millimeter open. Um, so they go in and she opens it up to a 10. She doesn't want to go any further because possibly the artery could rip because it's just being stretched out too much. So, um, we go in, we do the surgery. She sticks the stent in, she opens me up. I'm down for a few weeks. And then as soon as I'm able to start running and working out again, I typically run 6 miles twice a week. But I was so bad that I was running 2 miles once a month. And I just thought it was part of the scar tissue from the radiation. And it was just a side effect, and it was just another part of my life. Well, my first run after my stent on the treadmill at 24-Hour Fitness was 6 miles. So, super pumped, super proud. The surgery worked. We're back on track. Kirsty starts running again. And just, again, goes back to her normal everyday life. After the surgery, I do a follow up with my pediatric oncologist. Surgery was done at Cook's Children. There's another little story behind that. Isabella had gone with me. She goes everywhere with me for medical and anything that has to do with competing or whatever. And we were sitting there checking in. She took a drink of her Sprite. The little lady said, "Your surgery's canceled." Isabella giggled and said, "I knew you were going to say that. I'm not here for surgery. It's my mom." And everybody was just, like dumbfounded every time she said that. So yeah, so we do the surgery. I get out. I get to my 6 miles. Everything's great. We go back for the checkup, and Dr. Schutte, which is my pediatric cardiologist, is like, "You're good. I mean, you'll see me once a year just so we can keep an eye on the stent. The stent's not going to move. Once it's there, it's there. You can go back to your normal life. But you've been functioning without a lung as far back as I can see, at least 2 years." She's like, "If I keep digging, I guarantee you it's probably 5." So we know for fact for 2 years I was working out, doing jujitsu, running, leading a normal life off of one lung. So pretty crazy. But again, like everything else, you can't lay down. Just because something's wrong, you got to keep going. You've got to keep fighting. Whether you know it or not, there's always people watching. And there's always people that I'm figuring out now that in some way, shape, or form, you affect their life in a positive way. Never in a million years did I ever think that I have any kind of effect on anybody's life. I'm nothing special. I'm a normal person. I get up every day just like everybody else. I feed my dog, I feed my kid, I go to work, I support both of them. Try to hang out with my mom and be a good daughter, try to be a good sister. But nothing special. But now I'm kind of like, again, that's why I'm always saying enjoy the small things. Because me doing what I'm doing now with these videos and all the positive responses that I've gotten, I had no idea until now. And some of these people have been my friends for 20 plus years. And they're like, "Oh my God, I've always looked up to you. What are you talking about? You're crazy." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy. Like, you are way stronger than I am. Beautiful. Better career than what I have. Better car, better everything. But they're telling me that I'm an inspiration and I've taught them a lot, which is 100% incredible to me. I know I've gone over my 5 minutes again. I'm at 15, so I'm going to cut it short. That's the story on the stent. So far we've got cancer diagnosis one, colostomy bag, and stent. Still more to come. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll do some more videos. This weekend just got really busy, so I got to you guys a little bit later than I wanted to. But anyways, I'm here still. Love every single one of y'all. Keep your heads up. Enjoy the small things, even if it's red starburst. Those are my favorite. Um, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Like I said, again, love every single one of y'all and enjoy the small things.